Okay. For some reason, my YouTube channel said you can have managing moderators. I want to show you. I don't have any moderators in this channel. It's a one-person show. Although I've been getting spam again from like this guy. It's like I can help your channel grow, even though he like sent me an email in incoherent, incomplete English. And there's a lot of people that speak English as a second, third language. Like they actually would craft a really well thought out email. And he's like, I can help you. And then his proof was I said, really, what's your proof? Because usually I don't ask these people, like they're just spamming me. But he sent me things of somebody who only had 100 subscribers and somebody who only had 1,000, showing how he was their channel manager. And I'm sorry, that doesn't convince me. I'm going to continue to be a one-person show forever because that's just how my YouTube channel is. And I'm proud of the growth that I've had on this channel, just like my hair growth, just doing it all by myself. I am a very independent one. Independent in my video creation, independent in my hair growth, independent in my hair trims when I do them. It's just like, I kind of take pride in all that. Anyway, this is what my hair looks like before I comb it out. And yes, my hair is super wavy because look at this. I had it in a braid yesterday, but I took it out yesterday morning, and it gets wavier actually when it's not braided. For those who don't believe me, because people with straight hair, if they had done like the bedtime curls a previous night or just wavy hair, it would have fallen out within a few hours. But I don't put hairspray in my hair or anything like that. This is just straight up my legit, this is my texture. I have wavy hair. Because if you have straight hair and even if you braided it, it would have gone flat later in the day. That's just how it is, okay? For the people that don't, like, I don't know, because sometimes I get people on this channel that comment on things. Anyway, I want to talk about cones. And a lot of people, they just think cones are bad for your hair. And to be honest with you, when I was on my first super long hair journey, like, I just bought the shampoos that I could afford on my girly budget girl budget. And back then it was just like VO5 or Palmer's, and those had dimethicone in them. But over the last few years, I keep coming back. Like when I did that big haircut in 2022, I felt like I wanted a really good leave-in conditioner to help my hair get healthy and grow long. And this Garnier one, it was very similar to it, which I purchased at that time. I didn't realize it had this ingredient called amodimethicone, which a lot of the anti-silicone people really, really, really hate. But why do they hate it? Why do they hate that ingredient? I'm probably going to do something with my hair later, or usually I don't put this leave-in conditioner in my hair again, but I feel like I'm going to put it in my hair again because I'm going to do something with my hair later where I don't even usually use heat on my hair, but I feel like I want a heat protectant, and this can double as a heat protectant. So I might be doing something with my hair later. I don't know if I'll get around to doing it, but I'm thinking about doing this. So yeah, we love this stuff. This stuff, it smells good. Why are people so anti-silicones and sulfates? I'm over it. I'm so over it. Like the people that are anti-silicone and anti-sulfate, I think people are just saying it to sound hip and trendy, and they're like, oh, it's so bad. It's so bad for your hair health. It's so bad. You should buy like these overpriced shampoos and conditioners that are really expensive at the salon. Or if you want to buy a more just like holistic shampoo, great. But I don't believe that there's anything bad about amodimethicone. I still put oil in my hair, but if my hair has been growing like rapid fire and I was using product without even knowing that it had amodimethicone in it, because honestly, I'm not one of those people that's like all fastidious or worried about like putting a dimethicone in my hair. I think, and you know, also too, I'm ramping it up on troll bait on my channel. Like there was some guy that was just spamming my channel last night. Like in the previous days he was leaving nice comments, but then I could see that the comments were getting weird and they were starting to get bad and they were starting to get rude. And I have a suspicion about who this person is. I think it's that person that I blocked on Instagram a while back that was like stalking people in my comments, like sending them weird messages, like stalker dude. And because, yeah, I feel like he keeps coming back as another character in my chats or just on the comments, and because it starts out nice and then it starts getting kind of nasty, but he was like kind of pretending to be nice, but I could see like it was kind of taking this nasty turn, and I'm like, get a life, friend. So I just told him, oh, okay, you ready to be deleted off the channel? Because I don't get what you're doing, friend, buddy, pal. Like, this is what you want to be with your life, is a troll? Anyway, I'm just like, there's a lot of weirdos sometimes. That guy was just being so strange though. Like, at first he was leaving like these really, really nice comments, lots of them, like maybe 20. And then they were starting to get borderline, and then I could kind of see where he was going with things. And it was getting weird. So I figured out, I think, I mean, I don't have 100% evidence, but I think it was that person that I blocked previously that has come up several different times. It's different people. Thank you. I'm glad you like my dress. Yes, my hair has grown a lot. So I guess this just goes to show that sulfates and silicones aren't bad for hair. If your hair can grow with them, like I'm over all these people. Like look, there are certain things that I do prefer to be natural with. Like I do use natural deodorants because personally, I don't like aluminum deodorant. I use a little bit more natural toothpaste. But when it comes to hair care products, I don't see how a little bit of ammo dimethicone is bad for your hair, but that's just my take on it. Some people really, really hate cones and sulfates, but I find with wavy hair, like, I don't know. I'm probably never going to use VO5 conditioner again, though. I will tell you that, because when I was using just that, it was pretty bad for combing out my hair. And I should never wear my hair loose and sleep on it loose. That's a bad choice. Because then your hair gets all curly up into each other, and I don't like that. I just don't like the feeling of that. Personally. Some people really love it. Love to wear their hair loose all the time. I'm gonna put some, I know I don't usually use this outside of like a hair wash day, but I might do something heat related with my hair later. So I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Considering it. So like when I go to comb out my hair, I like to see if there's a piece that's like kind of curling up into the hair. Just kind of help it get loose. I don't know the rationales in that, but I just feel like it kind of helps loosen any tangles that might be forming on the horizon, so to speak. This stuff smells really good though. Like, I'm super addicted to its smell. I'm just like, it just has like that clean smell to it. I know a lot of people don't like fragrance, and if you don't like fragrance, maybe these Garnier ones aren't for you, but I do like this Garnier Clean line. I just really like it. But I've also heard a lot of hairstylists say that they recommend Garnier to their clients. So I don't think Garnier is a bad product. But that's just my opinion. I'm not going to spend like $30 on a bottle of shampoo. And I'm going to use a conditioner that makes my hair easier to comb out. And if this leave-in conditioner doubles as a heat protectant, I haven't done heat on my hair in so long, like years and years. So I'm going to see if I'm brave enough to do this thing that I want to do. Like, I've been putting it off and putting it off, but if it makes me feel uncomfortable, I'll stop. Because I'm like that. Like, if I feel like it's too dangerous or something, because I'm weird like that. I'm very protective of my hair. Like, if I feel like when I start doing it, if it starts feeling too dangerous, I will stop and I'll return the product. That's just that's my thing, because I'm not big on heat on hair, but I have thought that maybe if I wanted to trim my hair, I would use a hot comb on my hair. It's just a thought. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. So first I'm just going to kind of brush everything through my hair a bit just to see, get my hair nice and out. It smells really good. It smells really, really good. I have to say that much. It smells so good. It smells so nice. I really love the way that smells. It smells so good. I'm glad that you're growing out your hair. You know, it's cool to hear when there's people that actually just want to grow their hair. And you know, I invite anybody to follow along with my channel because for a long time I thought, ooh, I'm not like the tutorial kind of channel, but I'm not like that exact how-to channel, but I do believe that I have an how-to component to my channel, and you know what? I didn't like really announce it a lot, but did you know that I have a channel manager that I've had one for 3 months? Not like for YouTube Shorts, because YouTube recognized the growth, and I gotta go to an educational. I was invited to go to one at the YouTube Space, but I didn't go to those. But I went to one of the virtual ones, and I just think that's kind of exciting. So yeah, I have a YouTube channel, well, for Shorts anyway, manager now, that, you know, manages a whole bunch of us and gives us ideas on growth and things like that. And I went to one of their little seminars, and I want to attend more. That's kind of exciting. I just feel excited about that. I've had one for a few months, but I hadn't had an opportunity to attend one of the Shorts meetings up until recently. So for me, that was kind of exciting that I finally got to the point that I was able to be in that program, because I've been on YouTube for a bit with this channel, longer my other one, but this is the channel that took off, so I was kind of excited about that. I feel like it was kind of a pivotal moment. So my channel is not exactly DIY, but I realized over time that I do show people how they can grow their hair long, and I do kind of DIY some things, like just in showing what I do with my hair. Like my hair regime is intuitive, and I know that I've had good results just with being gentle with my hair. And I think being gentle with your hair is better than any product that you buy. Like, you could buy all the luxury products in the world, but if you're not gentle with your hair, what's the point? Like, I don't even think you have to buy luxury products. There's a lot of like people that are studying cosmetology and hair science that say you could even buy Garnier. You want to buy the more expensive product, you do you, but I will always be a budget girly. Just because that's who I am. Plus, even if I did have millions of dollars, I'm not going to buy like a $300 bottle of shampoo. I've bought Aveda shampoos in the past, but not really in my price range right now, you know? Especially if you want to live in California. Let's just be real. People that want to live in California, this is just our reality. And being a single person in California is pushing yourself to the brink point and back, especially when you support somebody else and you don't have anybody else to help you with rent. I'm just saying. It is. It's a lot. It's a lot, but I do it every day. not literally the ring, but I just feel like, but there are benefits too. I think people say, oh, you could move to other state and save a lot of money. Well, I don't ever want to live in another state just because I've lived in California all my life and I love California and I like the way we do things here. And I don't see the point of moving to another state. I just don't. Especially when my whole life is in California. Everybody that cares about me, that backs me up every day, all the way is in California. So why? Why would, like, to me, if you want a strong group of people that you can count on one hand, you're not gonna ever move that far away from those people. Like, you prioritize seeing those people over other things, and that's my priority. And I think it should be your priority too, like to have a strong group of people that you see every week of your life. And this is not even an extroverted thing. This is just like you need people, certain people, not everybody. Because not everybody deserves a place at the table of your life. In fact, I've come to the conclusion if somebody doesn't respect you, you will never miss them. Because when you realize someone doesn't respect you, you can't miss someone who doesn't respect you. And if someone who doesn't respect you can't be your friend, because the only people that can be your true blue friend is somebody who respects you, somebody who goes to the brink point and back for you. I feel this way about life and hair and art and a lot of things. I have a very passionate stance on life, I guess, that's just not, a lot of people don't feel these ways. And in the last year, just severing ties with certain online ventures was just a really good thing for me, because I realized how I was in this, it was just kind of this quasi partnership where I wasn't respected at all. I wasn't and it was so obvious a lot of the times, and they always kind of would be very subtle about it. Well, you can be subtle about something and just completely disrespect someone. And I feel like you can't be someone's friend if you don't respect them. You just can't. And if you can't apologize to someone and you don't feel actual remorse, for not being kind-hearted, not being supportive, not being respectful to your so-called friends, then you were never that person's friend. And so I learned a lot of things, and that's why I did a channel cleanse, and it also helped me just get my channel in the right direction. I think I had a lot of things to work through, because I realized a lot of it had to do with boundaries. And just because you continue to do a collaboration, even if it's not a high commitment one, but if it continues on for a certain period of time and you realize this person pretty much just thinks everything that they do, say, and think is the best way, and if in the end they're willing to just be so disrespectful to you and say something that's so grossly inaccurate about you just because you don't support a certain stance that they take, that's bonkers on high. Bonkers on high. And I just realized that about that online kind of, that's why I will do collaborations again, but I'm doing them with people that respect me and that are healthy. And I completely encourage that for you too. You need people in your life that are respectful and healthy towards you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Casey. Because if somebody doesn't respect you, they can't be your friend. And you just can't miss them. Like the old me, maybe 5 years ago. I used to be the kind of person I kind of miss interacting with that person. But then when I thought about it, when I got down to the crux of it, I'm like, wait a minute. This person only values people that respect them, but they don't respect you. So just be very cautious, about who you let into your life. And this is a very not extroverted, it's more introverted take, in my opinion. Just be like, let fewer people into your life. I don't think that having like a lot of social gatherings will make you happy in life. I think having a strong group of people you see every week that you can count on one hand is what will make you happier in life. But that's my introverted take. I do believe in having a few family or friends that you interact with in person on a weekly basis is good for your mental health. And I think that's one of the attributes and hallmarks of all the blue zones, actually, is they have community. And it doesn't have to be like a super social community, but they have a group of people, like whether it be their church or their social circle, just people that like truly care about them, that respect them, that are uplifting. You need people like that in your life. I think in Okinawa, Loma Linda, I guess I'm not a Seventh-day Adventist, but the things that I admire about the people in Loma Linda is that they have that sense of community with each other. Also, I am vegan, plant-based, so I don't eat meat. And years ago, before that was more mainstream, Loma Linda Market was one of the few places you could find things that, I haven't been over there, but if I ever do Instacart, I love living in Loma Linda because I don't always want to venture out to the grocery store, and there's plant-based options here, and I love it. All the vegetables and fruit. And Trader Joe, there's a lot of, I don't know, I talk a lot about food. Food's it features very heavily in what I like. I just love food. I believe in the healing power of food, and like if you can break bread with someone and truly break bread with someone and just be in harmony with that person that respects you. Those are the things that are most important to me right now, I think you're a good person, Colette. I truly respect you a lot, and I'm not even going to say what it was. What was it that was what made me have the falling out. And I don't even want to think about it anymore, but, I talked to my sister about it the other day. 35,000 people. Did that make them realize what they said was wrong to me? And I'm not even political. This is not even a political take. It's just like, I don't know. It just, anyway, that's all. That is all. But it was other things too. Like, there's other people I just feel like in day-to-day life that being more of an introverted person, I feel like people kind of take advantage of that. Oh, you're not into social drinking. Oh, you're not into party time culture. Oh, you go to Disneyland or to Knott's Berry Farm and that's what you do for fun. Or you go hiking. Oh, that's just not fun. I don't know. Just things like that. But I'm going to live my quiet little life. I don't need their exciting little life. You know what I'm saying? I just don't need their exciting life, whatever. Like, so many people, they love to live on the edge of everything. And my thoughts to you is, like, don't let anybody treat you bad. And this is what happens sometimes. Like, sometimes you'll have somebody who will even say to you, oh, I think you can easily be bullied, and I don't want you to be gullibleized by these other people because I'm really the one that's like sticking up for you while I'm being rude to you. That's like, it's gaslighting. But I don't know, I'm over all that. But like I said, that's why my channel had to be cleansed. I had to cleanse my channel. And it made me realize that I should have just been more focused on looking for content within. Like, I do like some collaborations. Like, I've done some hair talks with people that are very cool. There's a few cool ones like you guys, but I'm just talking about like long-term collaborations where I would go on somebody else's channel and contribute things, and it was always kind of like this subtle, oh, I think I'm better than you thing. And when I would try to talk to that person about it, they were just like, oh, I didn't do that. Everybody's good at different things, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not even into it anymore. I'm just like, it's so bizarre. Like, one of the things that I got chastised over was I wanted to spend time with my sister. Oh no, that's like deplorable. Like, oh no, like, heaven forbid. But you know what? Oh, I wanted to see my parents. Oh no, like that. Looking back on some of that, I'm like, are you really? Is that a real thing? Like, anyway. This is why I don't begrudge anybody. Like, if somebody wants to, like, if somebody has, like, something that comes up to do with their friends and family, I embrace that 100% for other people, because I think you should be able to do things with your friends and family. And I would always support somebody who had an opportunity to spend with their friends and family on a weekly basis. Like, that's just my core value for me. You know, other people, I don't know. I know it's real popular right now, like, for some people to just, like, not have interactions with their family, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't get it. That's just not who I am. Culturally, I wasn't raised to be that way, so I think you should still be close to your family. But that's just my take. And I'm not talking about just like every few years or once a year Thanksgiving. I'm talking about like weekly, guys. Weekly. It's a weekly thing. And I need that. And I find that I'm a lot happier when I have that. Yeah, I need to see my sister at least once a week. I do. And I love it. Yeah. And I love my other sister. So yeah. That stuff is good for me. And I'm glad that I have that in my life. That's what I need. I don't know. Other people just have different needs, I guess, you know? One of them does, but the other one I just see once a week. I have two younger ones, younger than me. So, but so basically, yeah, I guess I'm a lot more family oriented than some people would probably think. Like, I might not be married, but I'm very, very family oriented. This is what happens if you wear your hair down for a day. Regret. Well, I knew it because, like, and this was even after me fingers tingling my hair after I watched Back to the Future Part 1, 2, and 3. What have I been doing? I got excited. Something happened. Like, I came home late Saturday night and I just looked at YouTube and I saw that Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3 had been uploaded recently for free. You know, you can watch. And I just had to rewatch them because that's my childhood. Like, I love those movies. They're so good. And some of the stuff there's a couple of things that I'm like are a little problematic. Like, the whole living in terrace thing. I didn't like that. Like, it's that storyline. Like, I don't feel like that should have been a thing, personally. That's just my whole take, but, you know, the 80s, I guess, like, but overall, I think they're really good movies. We like the third one, which I think is kind of underrated. It's kind of a fun one, where they go back to the Wild West, which, by the way, is not historically accurate. Like, a lot of the things that they do in that movie, just not exactly historically accurate, but neither is the flash forward to 2015. But if you can just suspend belief and you want to watch a fun 80s movie and you want to get like a feeling for the 80s, I highly recommend the whole Back to the Future trilogy thing. I'm glad that you guys do that. But at least you have a good relationship with them, because I feel like a lot of people these days just, well, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking like in American culture, I don't know, maybe it's not like this in other countries, but like in America's a really big country, and the thing is, well, when my dad was stationed in the Air Force, the reason we live in California actually, like there's a series of events that resulted in me being California Mountain Art and Life, like on my other channel, because in 1974, well, my dad served in the Vietnam War, he was in the Air Force, he was in Thailand, he learned Thai, he worked on the airplanes, he had somewhat of PTSD after that, I would say, because he felt really guilty about working on the airplanes, about what happened, like he felt like he was responsible for hurting children, like there were just things that he kind of went through, I think, from his experience serving in the Air Force. But the reason that we live in California is because in 1974 he was transferred to Norden Air Force Base out here in San Bernardino, California, which is now the Norden Airport. Like they shut down the Air Force Base, and that hurt the economy of San Bernardino by a lot when they shut down a lot of the Air Force bases. Like I would say several of them in this area, like a lot of towns lost a lot of economic, because the Air Force bases and other military bases used to bring business into towns, and San Bernardino started tanking, and they're kind of getting a little bit more built up again, not for the best reasons, warehouse industry really, but there was a whole airport scandal where I guess it was supposed to already have been an international airport and funds weren't used quite right. But the reason we live in California is because my dad was stationed in the Air Force and he moved us to California. And then, well, my parents were here a few years before I was born, but I was born 78 because my parents moved to California. So yeah, that's why I live in California. And it's just funny how a series of events can result in something, you know, and I think about that a lot. And I don't know, it's just something that I always think about, and I'm glad that my parents moved to California instead of living in Kansas. Like, honestly, California is a great place to live. I know a lot of people right now like to just California, and that was another thing that my channel Cleanse was about, because I've always been a very big California person. I love living here. This has been my whole world, like my whole life. And when you do somewhat of a collaboration with somebody who really doesn't, I think they kind of just don't really, like, they think California is a place you should visit but not live, and they don't really understand why people live here. And then you have people in California who just hate it here and they just have to leave. Well, I have some comedy for you guys. I have some California comedy. Back in 2020, all these people were like, we're leaving California, we're moving to Idaho. Did you know recently, my friends, there's people moving back from Idaho and Texas who left California. And why? Oh, because roads work better here and infrastructure is better here than Texas. It's true. I was on TikTok, and TikTok tells us lots of different things. And there's this person that was talking about Tennessee infrastructure, and he was underneath the bridge showing all the cracks. That would not fly in California. I know people are like, our taxes are high and a lot of this and this and that, but I feel like our infrastructure has always been a priority, much more than other states. Yeah, there's some roads that probably should be repaid. I'm not gonna be pretend like Sierra Avenue in San Bernardino is like spectacular. It's pothole city, poor San Bernardino, but I would say in general our state is better off than other states. I don't know, I'm just going off on a tangent here, I guess, but I like California. Well, San Bernardino is like considered the poor city because they lost the Air Force Base, but I live in Loma Linda, which is like 2 miles away from San Bernardino, and then you have Redlands, and then you have Yucaipa, you have other Mentone, Yucaipa, that's the east. And then to the west is San Bernardino. You go San Bernardino, you have Loma Linda, Colton, Grand Terrace, Rialto, Fontana, Rancho Cucamonga. Rancho Cucamonga is really nice. We really like Rancho Cucamonga, and that's going towards the west. And then you have Ontario. And then you keep going west, west, west to Claremont, Montclair. Then you hit the Los Angeles County line. Chino Hills is in San Bernardino County still. Chino Hills, and then you cross over. Yeah. Actually, is Claremont Los Angeles County? I think Claremont might be on the border with it. Anyway. But you know, San Bernardino isn't a bad place. Like, there are nice parts of it. It's not as scary as other people think. I don't know. I'm tied to San Bernardino in a lot of ways because San Bernardino Mountains, Redlands, Loma Linda. This is all the San Bernardino Valley. Like, people kind of hate San Bernardino, and then they're like, Redlands is better than San Bernardino. And yeah, San Bernardino has their problems, but a lot of it is because the economy kind of tanked when the Air Force Base went away. And that's not San Bernardino's fault, you know. They lost a lot of money, a lot of revenue that came into the city. And then the airport was supposed to be open. It was supposed to be turned into an international airport. It really hasn't become like there was money there. There were federal dollars. I don't know what happened. Everybody talked about it. It was a scandal, and then it just kind of went away. And then I guess now they're like, oh, it's just more for logistics and Amazon and a few international flights. But I think some people don't want it to be an international airport because they're like, you know, it's going to be horrible. We're going to be like Ontario if it becomes an international airport. And I'm like, I guess, I don't know. But Ontario's economy is booming. And San Bernardino has a lot of problems. Like, it's not bad though. Like, there are parts of San Bernardino that are really cool. Did you know I am not a fan of McDonald's. Not at all. But apparently, I guess the first McDonald's started in San Bernardino, California, like the first one, and there's a museum. I don't know. Some people think that's exciting. I'm just like, couldn't really care. I don't care about that. But it was one of the first bigger cities, and it was a city when California was part of Mexico. You know, it has a long history to it. So, and it's the capital of San Bernardino County, which is the largest land-based county in the lower 48. And, you know, it's where we live. It's not LA. I mean, there are 1.5 million. I think there's more since the panini. More people moved to California. Anyway, you want to look it up, it's there on Google time. But a lot of people used to hate us so much because they're like, there's nothing to do in San Bernardino, we need LA. And then the panini happened, and they're like, oh no, what are we going to do? Like, we have to work from home. I don't know. I didn't work from home. I worked. Just went in and worked. I didn't work from home. So, but some people work from home, and I guess they had the luxury to move anywhere they wanted, and then more people moved here more recently. So the population's gone up a bit, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's actually been good. The train came. I still haven't rode the train, but we have a train now. That's kind of exciting. I do like the train. I love to film the train, okay? I have a little bit of an obsession with trains. I don't know. I just like trains. I like to watch them go by. LA is a little crazy. I do not live in LA. LA is a little crazy. We're a little too rural for that. I mean, we're suburban, but LA they're a little too congested. Their traffic's a little too bonkers. I would say this, like, even people who love to drive, when they go into LA, they have anxiety attacks because people get tickets for weird things that don't even seem like a thing because there's like buses that cover a sign that said no turning on this street between 3 and 6, but there's a city bus blocking the sign, and you could get a ticket for that. LA's a little bonkers. And then a lot of people come out here to San Bernardino County to do like photography in front of historic buildings, because in LA apparently you need a permit to go photograph something in front of a building. You don't need that out here. You definitely don't. I mean, I don't know. I like it here. It's not a bad place. It might not be everybody's favorite place, but I don't know. It's what I like, and it's near the San Bernardino Mountains, and I still do love the mountains. I don't know if I would ever live in the mountains again. For a long time, I was just a mountain. I considered myself a mountain girl, but I don't really miss the snow or shoveling the snow or falling in the snow or things like that. I don't know. But you know, my sister lives up in the mountains, one of them, and she loves it. She says it's really nice. That's her favorite thing. Keep brushing the same section of my hair. Have I gone to this section yet? I guess I haven't. I'm gonna pull it forward. I guess I just feel like I didn't detangle it enough. I might come back later to do the thing I was planning to do, because it's been a couple days since I brushed out my hair, so I just want to feel like it's completely detangled before I do that. I think that's really cool. I do like trains. Like, I have yet to ride one, the local one, but you know, I have taken the train a few times. I would like to. This is the reason I don't take the train, is just because it's not convenient for me, unfortunately. The way that the train is set up here is it stops in our downtown area, and then it stops again close to San Bernardino, and then it stops again in downtown San Bernardino, where it connects with the other big trains. So I always film that little connector train. It's a very sleek, modern train. In fact, I think there's people that flew to the United States from around the world to do videos of the train launch, because that little train that I film all the time, it's considered like a premier train, I guess, in the train world, and people that are into train fanning, which I found out about just because I like to film the train, and I find it fascinating. And they were like, it's not train, like, hobbyist, it's train fanning, and I'm like, as if I would know. I'm just filming the train because I think it's fun. I just think it's kind of exciting to see the train, and I like to hear the horn. That's it. It's not like because I'm a train expert, but it would be fun to take the train. I just really don't make an opportunity to do it. Like, I'm walking more. I will occasionally take the bus, but I really hate the bus, because the bus is just kind of like, it's just like a last minute thing, like if I'm in the morning or something, but I don't love it. I really don't love it, I have to say that. So I like to walk most of the time. I just prefer walking. Walking's a lot less stressful in my opinion. Although a lot of people love, like, okay, I started walking on the walking trail recently just because I generally feel safe in my city, but I was starting to see like some activity, like there were more homeless people that were, usually they just always kept to themselves, but there was like this homeless guy that was punching the air and acting like, I don't know, I don't think he was gonna punch me, but I wasn't really sure. And he was in front of Lowe's, so like I walked into Lowe's, which is a hardware store, one time a few months ago, just because I was like, I don't really know what's going on, but I don't really feel safe. Like sometimes, occasionally, like if I walk on the street, I mean, I never used to feel that way, but I would occasionally feel that way, and I'd be like, ugh, I don't want to deal with some weirdos on the street. Although, take that back, I have had a couple opportunities where it was a woman, it wasn't even a man. It was this crazy woman that followed me, saying she was gonna, that I thought I was Princess Leia and she wanted to attack me. I was like, oh my god, what is going on? What is going on? So I started walking on the walking trail, and somebody did tell me, like this last Thursday, I guess this was supposed to be fun for me, and I don't really know why these women felt the need to tell me this. They told me that I was too dressed up to be on the trail. I didn't know that they owned the trail. I didn't know that like they even own that trail. I like to walk on the walking trail because I find it's more peaceful and I just want to look at birds and ducks and a little palm tree and there's a creek and I like it. But it seems like there's this one night I think it's Thursday nights, there's this running group, okay? And you know, if they want to practice on the running trail, that's fine. Walking trail, biking trail, it's for everybody, right? So these women, I thought the first time they said I looked nice, I was like, oh, thanks. This last time, I just thought this was rude. I thought this was rude, and it just reminded me of something from when I was young, and I couldn't believe that these women thought it was okay to do this. They said, what are you doing dressed like this on the walking trail? You're too dressed up for this trail, which I've had somebody say that to me a couple of years ago. Look, you want to dress as casual as can be, that's your business, but a lot of people still don't like me wearing dresses, and it's 2024, and I don't know why you're bothered. Like, why do you care? Well, you care what I'm wearing. So I told these women, I said I can wear whatever I want and it doesn't hurt you. I said I like the wearing dress, and I also said as I walked away, and I don't usually say this, but I said this. I said, you know, I would never comment on how somebody's dressed. I just want to do it. Like, what kind of, like, why? Why do you care what somebody's wearing? Is that just like something that you're just so nosy that you just can't handle somebody dressed differently? I mean, I remember this kind of dodo, I don't want to say the word. No, it kind of annoys me a bit, okay? That's cool. That's so cool. That's very neat. I'll have to look to see what your first TikTok is, but it might, I don't know if it's on your current account. Maybe it's on an old account you had. Because I feel like I can navigate TikTok, but my complaint about TikTok is sometimes I feel like it could be easier to see older videos. I don't really like how you have to scroll all the way back, whereas with YouTube, you can kind of just order them. And you can actually follow somebody on TikTok and see their videos. Some people say, oh, I want the algorithm to bring me back. No, like, there is a way to follow people and you can see their next video. But I'm not as big of a fan of how they're set up. Plus, I know they're more about just wanting to have the current content trend on them. Although, sometimes I do have older things that seem to get views or likes all of a sudden that are, like, from a couple of years ago. One video that I'm kind of glad that I did, because it was back when I had a Berkathlon pair. That's so cool though. I think that's really neat that you did that. Like, my TikTok, I was going to start talking more on it, but honestly, kind of just show hair content there. It's kind of like, it's like my shorts pretty much, but maybe a little different, but not exactly, because I don't know, I was starting to talk there, but then I was having all these fake accounts, and I'm still having these fake accounts with these guys that say, I'm a doctor, or I'm a dentist, or I'm an actor. Like, there's this guy that's pretending to be an actor, and I went to the real actor's page, and I'm like, obviously this is not you. And then they play country music behind, and I don't know, is this one person just making multiple accounts and, like, following me, and this one person's like, I am actor. You have to talk to me on WhatsApp. And I'm like, oh, well, good luck with your acting career. Like, I'm not going to be mean to you about it, but I'm like, you're not an actor. You're not that actor. Obviously, because I looked the actor up the other day, and I saw that he had, like, several million people following him. And I don't think somebody that has, like, a static image, like, off this guy's page is that actor. Plus, like, you didn't even make it very believable. Because if you were really that actor, you would not be messaging me on TikTok. I don't believe that an actor with, like, 14 million followers is going to message little me on TikTok. Yeah, right. I just don't believe that. Are they? No. I'm not falling for this. But I said, good luck with your acting career, because I'm just like, you know, if that, for me, maybe it's a form of, like, theater for you. Maybe pretending to be this actor makes you feel good in life. I don't know. So I just said that. I said, oh, I don't do WhatsApp. I have no reason to. I just want to talk about my TikToks here. And then I didn't hear from them again. Rightfully so, like, I don't know what they want. But I don't even know what they want because I don't want to talk to them anyway. Because I don't know what they want and I'm not interested. Like some guy that keeps telling me I need to tell him my Instagram, my TikTok. Because this is the thing. I'm starting to get messages there too. I'm like, okay, whatever, friends. I'm not telling you my Instagram because you could go to my YouTube video and find it if you were so inclined. Like, if you really wanted to see it, and why do you want my Instagram that bad if you can't find it? Like, you don't know how to use the websites? So I don't know. But I can use TikTok. I just feel like its usability is a little bit different than YouTube, and I do prefer. Well, here's the thing. YouTube's always been about promoting their evergreen content, and yes, now they're trying to compete with TikTok with the Shorts program. They are trying, but I feel like YouTube's just a little bit more robust in that it has more evergreen content, whereas TikTok just kind of wants to talk about what's trending at the moment, which, you know, isn't always bad because you do find out things. Like, there are sometimes local things that you find out on TikTok that you don't find out, like, on the news, or unless you follow a local community chat group, which I don't follow those. Some of those are kind of scary, like, or they're just kind of like just not nice. I don't know. I don't really follow those, but anyway, sometimes there's good things, but I feel like it's not as good as it used to be. I need to put water. You know, the wet brush is really good for smoothing down your hair, I feel like. Like, there's just a certain, I love the unbrushed, but the wet brush kind of just gets in there a little bit more. It smooths out a little bit more. Then and what's up lately with the men that don't show their hair on YouTube and Instagram? Like, they're fanboying over like the women with the floor length hair, and then they come to my channel and this guy's like, great progress, and I'm like, progress towards what? I clapped that thing back because I was like, you know what? Usually I wouldn't care. Usually I'd be like, okay, I'll take your little backhanded compliment and pretend to have a happy face on it. But I was like, not today, because I'm like, what kind of comment is that? Because I saw what he writes on the, like, because, you know, I look at the hair community sometimes and I see that there's some women with floor length hair, and I see what he writes on their page, and then when he comes and writes on mine, and I'm like, boom and bye. No, I'm not gonna do that, you know? It kind of bothers me a little. I like Princess Jasmine. She's fun. She's nice. But what I don't like are these guys that are acting like they can just decide like who is progress in the long hair community. Like, you're literally a man that doesn't even show your face and most likely has short hair, because I know the MO for these guys, and I don't know, like, they basically, I don't know, like, there's this hierarchy in the long hair community where they kind of act like the women with the floor length hair that are 100% European. It's a little racist. It's a little racist. It is, because I know, because I'm part Middle Eastern. And everybody can tell I'm not like super dark or anything, but it's obviously, like, you can tell, like, that I don't have pin straight hair. And I even got some of the hate because there was somebody that was sharing my videos in a long hair fetish forum, and they said something about how my hair wasn't straight, and I'm like, no, you don't get to do that. So, like, these guys that, oh, I'm not like the standard or progress, and I'm like, no, I'm the standard for me, so bloop bloop to use. I don't know. Anyway, to complain, but that's the last time I want to talk about that. But I'm like, I'm done with that. Like, what are you guys, the gatekeeper of the long hair community? You get to decide who is the long hair person? No, you don't. And I've always loved my long hair, and I don't follow those other women to make my hair look like theirs. I am following, like I said, I'm not exactly a DIY channel, but I'm showing my method for being gentle with my hair, and I think I've had great results. And stop feeling like just because these people are like, oh, great progress. Because I know where that comment would go. Like, let's say somebody cut their hair next week. Those same guys would be like, ew, what did you do? I don't know what that woman's problem was, but I'm pretty sure like the things that she was saying were not allowed on TikTok. Like, I feel like that was bullying, and I don't think that she should be able to do that. Like, I do feel like that's bullying, and I don't know why that was okay for her to do that just because you had an opinion about something. You didn't say anything specifically about her. And she was like saying that she was going to do some bad thing. Like, to me, that's kind of scary. Some of the things she was saying, like, I was like, I don't think this is allowed. Like, but maybe, I hate to say this, TikTok and YouTube do like rage bait. They like it when people get all dithered up, and they like it when there's a lot of bad energy stuff kind of promoted. And not that I agree with what she said. I think it's evil. I thought that was evil. That was kind of scary. Like, I don't understand where she was getting that. Like, I don't know. That's just scary. Like, I don't think that's okay. I don't understand why TikTok just didn't allow that video. Like, I would think some of the things she was saying would have made that just go to violation of community guidelines, I would have thought, because supposedly they said that there's filters to protect the community. And like, what if a kid saw that video? Like, wouldn't that be, I don't know. Not that I even believe in anything that those people say, but just the fact that they're promoting, like, hurting other people. That's kind of scary stuff, guys. Like, I don't know. Hi, Nisa. And, people can grow their hair longer. Like, there's a lot of African Black people that love Sammy. I think her hair is really long. She had almost floor-length hair. And there's several, like, people of African descent that have, like, really long hair. So, I don't know. It was your opinion. And I don't like wigs either. Plus, I don't like the wigs take other humans' hair. That bothers me. Like, there is that whole slave trade element to... And then lately they're trying to promote hair donation again. They're like, oh, people are donating hair. That's so nice. Like, it's so thoughtful. It's helping children. But, like, a lot of the hair that people supposedly donate to those organizations don't even go to a wig for a child. And a lot of those organizations charge the children's family to have a wig. And then a large amount of that hair is just sold to the hair extension industry, and there's a lot of really rich men, white men, flying in helicopters because of the hair extension industry. And then there's the middlemen who, a lot of times in some countries, are cutting women's hair against their will. Like, they're even dragging their female relatives. Like, some people are like, oh, but a lot of the hair is just freely donated at a temple. Yes, some of it is, but there are stories about women who said that their male relative drugged them by their hair to a hair cutting place so that their hair could be donated for a tiny fraction amount of money. So, ethically speaking, if you want to wear a synthetic wig, whatever, it's not my thing, but I think you should be aware, if you're wearing a human hair wig, like, where that hair is coming from. And nobody wants to have that discussion because it's a multi-million-dollar industry, and a lot of people profit from that industry, and then they say things like, oh, this is a hair wig with real human hair, and they want to change their hair like every month. Like, they don't want to commit to anything, and that bothers me a little bit. Like, why can't you commit to making your hair healthier and grow longer? And the whole argument is, but there's some child that needs hair, so you should cut your hair and donate it to the child. But very few of the hair donations go towards that. A lot of it will end up towards, like, even though now they're accepting dyed hair, the reason that they started doing that, if you think about it, is so that they would get a bigger supply of hair. Because guess what is in high demand right now? Human hair. Because there isn't enough of it to supply the thirsty hair extension wig making industry. And this is not like anti anyone. I just think, ethically speaking, it's not right. Like, I have a problem with it, but I think it's just not a popular response. And I think people just, instead of trying to work on making their hair healthier, they're more interested in changing their hairstyle all the time. And it kind of goes back to this concept, oh, it's just hair. It's just hair, like, it's no biggie, like, because people don't value the spirituality of growing your hair long. They just don't value that. So for them, it's just hair, and if they put somebody else's hair on their head, it doesn't really matter where it came from. They just want it to be real human hair. So that's kind of my take on it. But you are part of the black hair community. Like, that makes no sense. Like, why would she want to kick you out of a community that you're part of? I don't know. I think her page is a rage baiting page. There's a lot of people, like, apparently, like, there was this woman on TikTok, okay, she was going after another woman. I don't know why this even came up on my TikTok page. But her whole thing was, she basically was making fun of this woman who said she was going on a dating app to meet somebody new. And she was saying that this woman wasn't pretty enough, and she wasn't attractive enough, and oh, she needed to do this, this, and this. And that's what her whole video was about. She didn't even know this person, and she was just like talking bad about this woman, saying that this woman needed to do all these different things, like. And I thought that was kind of strange. Like, she just was attacking this woman, like, saying that she needed to do this and that. And it just was kind of weird. Like, it was very, very strange. Like, and I didn't understand. I think that this woman made this video just to rage bait, honestly. So I feel like the people who do those things, like, who try to attack other people just because they have a different opinion, I think it's just because they don't have a way to grow on their own. So they have to, like, try and take it from somebody else, I guess. I don't know. I can't really say exactly why they do those things. But I know rage baiting is really popular right now. It's, like, considered one of the big ways to grow your channel. Just like the people who said that they didn't use washcloths and they don't wash their body with a washcloth, which I thought was kind of like, what? That's the hill you're going to die on, is having a podcast about not washing your body with a washcloth. Like, that's kind of weird. And then a week later, I guess one of the girls, like, decided to make a response video to that by wiping down her counter with her hand instead of, like, using a paper towel. And I'm like, I think a lot of these things is because these people, they're jealous of other people like Euclid. They're jealous of somebody who is doing well, so they want to just rage bait people, and then if you don't fall for it, then they're like, oh, well, I have to move on to something else now, I guess. I don't know. But I feel like my hair is feeling pretty smooth. I don't know if I want to try the heat thing or not, because I feel really good. I shower. I'm just feeling kind of picky about it. I don't feel completely satisfied for some reason. I should be. I mean, it feels pretty good. I might come back and do that part though. I'm still trying to do. I feel like it feels good enough. You have to. I mean, I do feel like it could. I don't know. I mean, it feels smoothed out. It feels brushed out. I'm just thinking, like, is it smoothed out enough? The little thing that I was planning to do. Okay. Maybe it is, but I'm probably going to come back to do that because that's going to take a little bit of time. What's that guy that monopolized in the bathroom? It's bad. It really is. I mean, you don't have to use it. A lot of people don't in some countries. It's not a big deal. Like, I think some people don't use it. I don't know. I don't really care, but these women were doing it because they wanted people to be mad, I think. I don't think they were saying that because like they really cared. I think they were trying to elicit a reaction. I think what you do is probably just more like some people don't use it. Like in some cultures, people don't use it. I don't know, you save money maybe. That's all I'm saying. Like, I've heard there's other ways you can take care of that. It's expensive, I will say that. Well, when we clean the kitchen, I use washable cloths. I'll tell you that. Like, I don't buy paper towels anymore. I refuse to buy paper towels because you can just buy a whole bunch of washcloths and you can throw them in the washer. Although I'm having this ongoing debate with Southern California Edison because I don't even run my air conditioner and I want them to come out here and check the meter because I'm pretty sure I don't use $100 a month of electricity. And this has been an ongoing thing. And it went down a little bit, but I'm like, I'm not even running my AC, so, I mean, something's just not right. But they were saying that my next month's projected electricity bill is $111. And I'm like, that just does not seem right. We're not even running the air conditioner. You know, it was 102 degrees yesterday. And we did not run the air conditioner, okay? And a lot of people would die. They would literally die if they knew they did that. And I'm like, I don't care. Because I don't want to run that thing, because then they would say that I would, like, I don't know. I'm not kidding. They'd probably say that my electricity bill is $400. Something's just not right about this. But I keep saying, come on, check the meter. And they're like, no, we can't. I don't know. I'm going to have to do something about it again. I think next month, if it is above $100, I'm going to contest that again. This thing is so silly. I don't mind the heat, but I just know that I'm being overcharged for electricity because I'm like, it's just not right. I know they're charging more for electricity now, but when you know, like, I know people are like, hey, we have a 3-bedroom house and you have a 1-bedroom apartment and like you're being charged more for electricity and they actually use more appliances than I do. And I'm like, and there are more people living and it's a bigger square footage. I'm like, something's just not right. But I'm just going to try again. I'm going to try again. If it is over $100 next month, I'm going to be like, you need to come out here and look at the meter now. And I'm going to, I've tried this before. And one time they're like, we can look at the meter. We only, and I know there's a lie. I know that they can look at the meter. Silly. It's silly. But anyway, I think I'll come back to do that other thing with my hair. But anyway, thanks for watching.